imagery that the writer gives us. That in the way that God interacts with us, in the way that he deals with us when it comes to discipline, it's about training, not punishment. That when God's trying to build something in you and I, when he's trying to get something into the forefront of our mind, he's not trying to reveal our worst self. He's trying to unleash our best self. And he says it's about training. It's about discipline. Anybody out there love discipline? Raise your hand, put it down, stop lying, right? Right now, nobody loves discipline. Nobody's that much of a sadist or a masochist that I just love the pain. And I know you see it on Instagram, that person's lying to you. They love the results. They love the abs. They love the fitness. They don't love the discipline. But those world-class trainers, those world-class athletes, what they'll tell you is that there's always a relationship to success and discipline. There's always a relationship to perfection in the field and in the game when you had perfection in the practice and in the preparation. That the training and the buy-in to the discipline is what prepares you for what you've yet to step into. See, we're about to have the craziest month in our lives in a long time. Even for me, just traveling in 30 days from Africa to Australia, I literally added up, and it was 122 hours of travel. It was 13 planes. It was 7 cities. That's what the last 30 days have looked like for me. How about you? 122 hours on planes and traveling and different time zones, 3 different continents. And a few months ago, as I was preparing for these trips, I knew that I am not like my friends that are built like Greek gods. I knew my body was not going to make it. And I didn't even know that this COVID wave was coming, right? I'm like, what is going on, COVID? It's not 2020, it's 2023. Go back to where you came from. All my friends have COVID. And I knew that what was coming was going to require a better me. So months before I got in that plane, I got a few friends together, and I said, hey, I've heard about this thing called 75 Hard, where it's 75 days, right? Ooh, right? And I read about it, and this fitness plan is insane, and I know myself. So I said, hey, guys, how about instead of 75 hard, let's do 75 hard-ish. How's that sound? And then eventually we're like, hey, let's just be real. Let's just call it 75 soft, all right? So we modified it a little bit, but it was 75 straight days of fitness commitments and changing your diet and reading every day. And it was all about, if you could take 75 days to create new rhythms in your life, you can create a new you. And I knew that if I didn't create those disciplines in my life ahead of time, I would not have been able to make it into my future. And I can tell you, coming back now, I'm refreshed. I'm energized. I was like, I could do this again. 122 hours, you got nothing on me. 13 planes, it's child's play. Because I did the work ahead of time. See, if you will do the work ahead of time, if you will discipline your mind, your body, your soul, if you make the hard choices today, it will prepare you for a future that is far greater than you could dream or imagine. But it's going to be hard work. I can't tell you how many times I wanted that donut. I can't tell you how difficult it was to say no to that cake. I can't tell you how many times I just wanted to quit. But there's something that happens when you choose the path of discipline, is that you create room for the presence of the Savior. Because there's no more disciplined person on the planet than the person of Jesus. And when the writer of Hebrews says, hey, what I want you to do is I want you to realize that there's this cloud of witnesses. There's this army of people around you that are cheering you on in your race. He says, what I need you to do most importantly is fix your eyes on Jesus. perfecter and pioneer of our faith. See, what that tells us is that if you will invite Jesus into the center of your life, if you will align Jesus into the rhythm and the current of your life, then you'll begin to see what lanes you're supposed to run in. Because I think so many of us are running in lanes that were never meant for us. And Jesus is like, I'm not there. Fix your eyes on me. Because if we're going to make it in the long run, the first thing we have to do is you have to live lighter so you can move faster. But then you also need to realize that the more disciplined you are, the freer you are. That there is a direct relationship to discipline and freedom. And that what God cares so much about you and I is your freedom. That He wants to completely set you free. He wants to let you run into your future. He wants to help you see that there's a life waiting for you that is filled with wonder and beauty. But if you don't get rid of the things that are weighing you down, you're never going to be able to step into the level of freedom that He longs for you.